In this video, we are going to discuss about the anatomy of a healthcare business. Unfortunately, no one really taught us or explained us this anatomy of healthcare business in our long medical curriculum. Today is your chance. It is not possible to explain whole anatomy in this video, but I'll give you a brief and overview about this. So stay tuned till the end of this video. Hello, I'm Dr. Nikhil from Circadian Communication Analytics, an agency which is specialized in growth hacking for healthcare businesses. Before jumping into the main topic, I would like to tell you few differences between healthcare business and any other business. There are many differences, but these three key differences are very important. Difference number one, we cannot generate demand in healthcare. Difference number two, healthcare business is a heavy loss aversion business. So, loss aversion is a psychological phenomenon where we as a human being feel very deeply sad about losses than happy about gains. I'll tell you how it affects the healthcare business in the later part of a video. Difference number three, the consumers, in this case patients, has to take very difficult decisions based on the information which is either incomplete or the information which they do not understand. This is creating a lot of ruckus amongst them, and that's why problems in a healthcare business. Now, as you are aware about the three key differences between healthcare business and any other business, let me introduce a main key pain point in our business. The key pain point in our business is we are not at all business-wise oriented. Second, we do not have a clear-cut communications on the marketing channels. Three, we do not have a set process in our business. So to understand and to alleviate all these pain points, we'll have to understand healthcare business anatomy, which is coming further. So let's start with the healthcare business anatomy. Healthcare business anatomy comprises of 5 phases. Phase number 1, awareness. Phase number 2, acquisition. Phase number 3, conversion. Phase number 4, retention. And phase number 5 is revenue. And the 6th phase, which is not in our control actually, but it exists, that is a referral cycle. Now let's understand all these phases step by step. Let's take an example of a cosmetic dermatology clinic over here. Consider there is a cosmetic dermatology clinic which is typically providing services like acne treatment and pigmentation treatment, hair loss treatment, hair transplant and all. So to give an overview, this is not an IPD based healthcare business, this is a session based healthcare business, right? So once a patient comes into the OPD, once he enrolls for a treatment, there are multiple settings for which patient has to come to achieve a result. Now how this healthcare business anatomy will look like for this cosmetic dermatology business. So let's take phase number 1, that is a phase of awareness. Awareness is nothing but that how many people know that your practice exists. In a simple words. So to conduct this awareness or to spread this awareness about your clinical practice, there are these marketing activities which are like ATL, BTL and digital. What are these ATL? ATL stands for above the line, which is like newspaper ads or TV ads, TV shows, hoardings and all this. Then there is a BTL, that is below the line. What is BTL? Typically your PRO activities, camps, events, all these comes under the BTL, that is below the line. Then third comes in digital. You are very well aware about the digital, like SEO, social media marketing, social media paid marketing, Google AdWords and whatnot. So by using all these techniques, what you create an awareness about this brand. Okay. Now if we consider only digital part of awareness, then there is a lot to cover, which I won't cover into this video. We will create a next or another video to cover all these topics. So once you have created this awareness about your brand, then comes the second phase, that is acquisition phase. So what is acquisition phase? Acquisition phase comes in 2 phases, 2 sub phases. Phase number 1, that is lead acquisition. Phase number 2, that is walk-in acquisition. What is lead acquisition? Once you have created awareness about your brand on multiple levels, whether it's an ATL, BTL or a digital, People try to contact you in a various forms. As far as the digital is concerned, people will call you. People will go to your website and fill up that form for a book an appointment. People will go to your GMB profile, that is local business or the local pack. They'll call you or they'll look for a direction for your hospital or the clinic. And there are multiple ways that people will come to you. So most predominant ways are call, form fields and email. And there are other ways like comments on your YouTube videos, messages on your Facebook or Instagram. So this is what the lead acquisition is. Now, second part of acquisition, that is the acquisition for a walk-in. It is also called as a phase 1 conversion. Conversion is pretty much clear by its term only, that people who have contacted you in the phase of acquisition come to your OPD. That is phase number 1, conversion. Phase number 2 conversion is once people come to your OPD, then they opt for your services. Whether it's a IPD services or a daycare service, in this case of a cosmetic dermatology, they'll opt for your acne treatment, they'll opt for your hair loss treatment or the hair transplant. That is what the conversion phase 2. Once that person is converted, then there starts the biggest chunk of your business processes, that is retention. Now, once that patient is converted for your IPD, that is a services. In here, let's take an example of a acne treatment. Typically, acne treatment takes 5 to 6 sessions, many times 7 to 8 sessions also. So consider that patient is coming to your OPD and got converted into a first session. What will happen if that patient doesn't convert or doesn't come for the second session? Here you need to have the retention process in your place. Now this retention process is a pretty long process. Like you'll have to stick to that patient, you'll have to convince that patient to come for 5 to 6 sessions to get rid of this acne. Because if patient doesn't come for the 5 to 6 sittings, then he or she won't get rid of acne, and that will create a bad repercussions in the market that here in this particular clinic you cannot get a cure of an acne. And the second repercussion is you won't get a complete revenue that you're supposed to get out of this 5 to 6 sessions, right? So here you should have a retention process in place. Once this retention process in place, then you should have your cross-sell and upsell process in place. So for example, if the patient is coming from the acne treatment, then you can upsell your acne pigmentation treatment, you can upsell your acne scar treatment, even if you can upsell your hair loss treatment if the patient is suffering from hair loss. Here you keep on doubling your revenue and you keep on increasing the lifetime value of a patient. Here you need to understand that to acquire one patient, you have spent a certain amount of money, let's say 100 rupees. Once you have spent 100 rupees money on that particular patient to get acquired, you will have to run your process in such a way that you will increase the lifetime value of a patient with your brand so that you can get a maximum possible revenue. And once you cure that patient successfully, that patient is going to go out and create a referral, that is word of mouth, which is a king in a healthcare marketing. It is going to create a word of mouth about your brand, about your services and everything, and your business is going to multiply. And that multiplication is ultimately going to increase your throughput, that is your growth and the profit. Now you can see a complete healthcare business anatomy over here in this diagram. As you can figure out, there is a tap and there is a pipe over here. Consider this pipe is your business and the processes, and that tap is the continuous generation of a patient. As I told you, there is no lever to this tap. Right? You cannot generate, you cannot control demand in healthcare. Second thing, you have to bring your pipe to the tap where patients are getting generated. So you'll have to have a perfect targeting of your marketing activities, your awareness activities out there. So in the start of a video, we discussed 3 main differences in healthcare business and the other business, right? So first difference is demand, that you cannot generate, you cannot control, which is pretty clear. Second difference is the loss aversion. Loss aversion, you can control that loss aversion factor by creating a lot of awareness about your practice practice by doing educational video, content marketing, and being in the continuous in front of the patient and helping them information wise, you can reduce this loss aversion. I'll create a separate video exactly how you can reduce this loss aversion. And third difference is that people has to take a decision based on lack of information or the incomplete information. This also you can overcome with the great awareness activities like a content marketing and all those. Right? So as you can see in this diagram, how we do this, how we establish this funnel, I'll cover this in a very brief thing. So first thing is awareness. We conduct all these awareness activities using digital marketing predominantly, and in digital marketing also the organic activities predominantly. Now imagine you are attracting 10,000 patients in your awareness phase. Out of those 10,000 patients, only 1,000 patients are going to contact you. In this way, there is only 10% of the conversion rate, right? So now we established a methodology called as a conversion rate optimization over here, so that out of those remaining 9,000, how many patients we can convert into a lead or the walk-in. Once you get those 1,000 patients in this acquisition phase, out of those 1,000 patients, only 100 patients are going to come into your OPD. Now we establish the sales pitch optimization methodology where we train your sales people, where you train your receptionist to take a call and convince how to convince the patient to convert into and walk in into a OPD. This we call as a sales pitch optimization phase. Now once those 100 patients come to your OPD, out of them only 10 patients are going to opt for your services. Here comes the biggest part, that is a service design into play. So people come to your OPD, what type of experience they get out of your reception area or the waiting area, out of your consultation and counseling, phones and support. If that experience is top notch, then it will increase the probability of conversion from walk-in to IPD or the service. And to increase this probability, we establish this methodology called drip campaign. We keep on releasing small messages, small information bites using WhatsApp, SMS, email at two phases. Phase number 1, that is between awareness and acquisition. Phase number 2, that is between acquisition and the OPD walk-in. Phase number 3, that is between OPD walk-in to the first conversion, that is IPD or the service opt. And the third drip campaign we established, that is for a retention. Right? But main factor plays a role once patient come into OPD, that is your service design. And to gauge everything, to know at which phase, at which level of the funnel we are failing or we are falling short, we establish this methodology called as a business intelligence, where you will get a clearer picture about your business, about your healthcare business anatomy. To sum up, healthcare business anatomy comprises of 6 phases: awareness, acquisition, conversion, retention, revenue, and referral. This was a high-level overview of healthcare business anatomy. In upcoming videos, I'll tell you what type of processes and methodologies you can use to establish this healthcare business anatomy in your business successfully and grow your business. Stay tuned. Thank you.